Bloodline rules again on this week's SmackDown. We take a look in today's
Unmissable.
The world is watching.
Hi guys, I'm Dave in Real Life and welcome to this Bloodline Rules Again Unmissable video. Last night's SmackDown saw the Bloodline dominate Cody again. Obviously we started the show with Cody cutting a promo which got interrupted by a town down under. I don't know why this was the case. Obviously they felt a little bit adjust because they got attacked by the Bloodline last week. Obviously this would set up a tag team match. Mick Aldis said, look, there's no way before SummerSlam that you're having a handicap match, you need a tag partner. Obviously this kind of led to a bit of fun. A lot of people saying that it could be Jimmy Uso what was going to tag with Cody. Absolutely no. It was always going to be Kevin Owens. And once we got to the main event, we certainly found that out. Kevin Owens was that partner to Cody. There was a promo cut by the Bloodline saying whoever the tag partner is for Cody will be dealt with by the Bloodline. Obviously, they are now. Kevin Owens is now on the hit list of the Bloodline. They did win. Obviously, they beat A-Town Down Under. Bloodline did come out at the end of the match. This was the main event of SmackDown. And there were only 3 members. Obviously, Jacob was waiting for his opportunity. But obviously, it was Tama, Tonga Loa and Solo Sikoa what came out to the ring first. Looked like Kevin Owens and Cody had their number. They were beating them up and doing very well until Jacob Fatu showed up, and then he dominated like he did last week. Super kicks to Kevin Owens. I mean, that is a match that I can't wait to see. Kevin Owens versus Jacob Fatu would be flipping awesome. It wouldn't take long for the Bloodline to dominate. And just like last week with Randy Orton going through the announce table, it was the turn of Cody Rhodes to go through the announce table. Devastating as well. And obviously big, massive charges in the ring by Jacob Fatu taking out poor old Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens would end up with a chair wrapped round his head and pushed into the ring post, which looked absolutely devastating. So yet again, another SmackDown episode totally dominated by the Bloodline, and that begs the question, who is going to stop Jacob Fatu? I mean, this guy looks absolutely a beast. I mean, it is going to be quite interesting who takes him out of this equation. I mean, it seems like he is the difference maker. Looks like we're kind of alluding to some kind of tag team match as well at SummerSlam. I like Randy Orton, Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline. I'm guessing, obviously, we know what the main event is going to be. It's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. I feel that with the big return and the big talking point will be Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I feel that that's where we are going for sure. To move away from the Bloodline stuff, just for a quick second, I mean, honestly, there was an interview between Bayley and Nia Jax. Let's just take a minute to appreciate how bloody stunning Bayley is. I mean, wow, she looked absolutely sensational. It's the Bayley Perf corner. I mean, honestly, look at how beautiful she is. Obviously, she would go on to help Michin in her match against Tiffany Stratton. Obviously, Tiffany Stratton had Nia Jax in her corner, which she was helping Tiffany distract Michin, but Bayley would be the equaliser. She took out Nia Jax, throwing her over the barricade, hitting her with that briefcase of Tiffany Stratton's, the Money in the Bank briefcase, of course. And then she would proceed to destroy the briefcase. I mean, I don't know what the sentimentality of this is, but I feel like we're getting a new briefcase and it's going to be Tiffified. Obviously, she did promise a bedazzled briefcase if she won Miss Money in the Bank. And I feel that's what we're going to get by next week. Obviously, SmackDown is taped after last night's show, so all the results will be available at some point during this week. So honestly, be careful of spoilers, but I can imagine that they've had this bedazzled briefcase ready to go with Bayley destroying Tiffany's old one. This did lead to the most devastating move in all sports entertainment, the surprise roll-up, which gave Michin a massive victory against Tiffy Train. She derailed the Tiffy Train. But yeah, that was quite the highlight. Obviously, we've got some matches announced for next week's SmackDown as well, which we'll see a gauntlet tag team match. I mean, this looks absolutely epic, and the winners will challenge DIY at SummerSlam. So we've got the Street Profits, Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. We've got the Bloodline, which is, of course, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa. We've got Legado del Fantasma, Pretty Deadly, and the OC. I mean, that is a star-studded lineup, if I've got to say. And, the winner will face DIY at SummerSlam. Big match. Then also announced for next week's SmackDown is LA Knight, versus Santos Escobar. This should be quite fun. Santos obviously caught LA Knight backstage saying I wasn't pinned in that triple threat match for the Money in the Bank. So technically I should have a shot at the US title. So this is what is on the line, basically. Who will face or have the right to face Logan Paul. But obviously, we all know it's LA Knight, right? He signed the contract, we saw it. But anyway, Santos Escobar just getting his name thrown into the mix. Then we have tag team action after Bayley destroying the briefcase this week. She is now going to be teaming with Michin against Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and honestly, we probably will see that new briefcase with Tiffany Stratton. That is what I predict anyway. So yeah, that is the matches for next week. Obviously, this was taped after this week's SmackDown. Yeah, WWE are in Japan next weekend, so we'll be unable to do a live SmackDown episode. So yeah, it is pre-taped, so be careful of spoilers. You have been warned. A fun little bit, what happened in the main event as well, is that we got a graphic of the results. Quite interesting. Obviously, it told us who had won the matches throughout this episode of SmackDown. This was in the main event. I mean, there was only 3 matches on the show anyway. But yeah, I don't know if this is something they plan to do in the future. I mean, it wasn't really on long. So, depending on how you join, would you catch it? Would you see it? I mean, yeah, I found it quite... It can be useful, of course, for those who have come in late. But then... yeah, I don't think it's on long enough for it to benefit a lot of people, to be quite honest with you. It is kind of blink and you miss it. But, yeah, it's an interesting little added feature. Maybe they could do a ticker system at the bottom of the screen throughout the main event, just with them results coming through. That could be interesting and something that WWE could do in the future. But anyway, I digress, and as a bit of fun, we're going to close out this video with what happened in the main event. I mean, what was Kevin Owens doing? He does not like Prime, and he kept taking out that big bottle of Prime, even to the point where he hits it first time. Grayson Waller put it back, and then Kevin Owens saw this and took it out again. So yeah, Kevin Owens versus Prime, SummerSlam. It's going to happen, people. It's going to happen. I mean, obviously, I think this is a running joke that he has with Logan Paul. I'm pretty much sure of it. But it's just a bit of fun anyway. But yeah, you could take that with you. But yeah, overall, SmackDown was okay. It was better than last week. A lot of people are down on this episode of SmackDown. Okay, you didn't get Jimmy Uso. Come on. Do you really expect him? I mean, there's a lot of bloody anticipation that goes into these kind of shows, that they've got to be brilliant all the time. I mean, I don't know, man. Let's see what next week brings. Obviously, it's pre-taped. Maybe they're saving the best to last. We are getting closer to SummerSlam. Maybe this steady little build means that SummerSlam is going to be unmissable. It is anyway. But anyway, I digress. Let me know what you thought of SmackDown last night. What are you thinking of the Bloodline? How do you stop Jacob Fatu? Maybe we could do a video on that in the near future. But obviously, Bloodline ruled SmackDown once again. Cody going through the announce table. They destroyed Kevin Owens. They destroyed Randy Orton last week. Oh, this team. How do you get rid of the new Bloodline? That is the question. And I'll leave you with that thought. I've been Dave in real life. You guys have been awesome. Until the next time, bye for now.